Tazz, your immersive experience has been hijacked. It is highly recommended that you disconnect.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Immersive Experience. Today we have the honor of hosting a truly multifaceted artist and A&R manager, Tazz the Poet. Known for her poetry, her powerful voice, and artistic vision, storytelling abilities. As the founder of the transformative platform Spit Don't Swallow, she challenges poets and spoken word artists to push their creative boundaries while providing the support they need to refine their craft. In her role as the A&R manager, Taz combines her keen eye for talent with a passion for artistic development, guiding emerging voices to unlock their full potential. Her unique perspective and experience offer invaluable insight and encouragement, making her a pivotal figure in the artistic community. Through her work, Taz not only elevates her own artistry, but also fosters a vibrant ecosystem of creativity for those and thrive. Please join me in welcoming the resilient and dedicated Taz the Poet.
Thank you, Queen.
Hello. Thank you so much for being here today and making this possible. I will go ahead and give you the opportunity to just introduce yourself, tell them some of the things that you do have going, if you have any upcoming events, and then we'll also reiterate at the end as well, okay?
Okay. Thank you for having me, first of all. It's an honor. I am Tazz the Poet. I am a poet. I'm an author. I'm a promoter. I'm a host. And I'm an A&R agent. Um, that's a lot. and I'm
Eh,
also and I'm also a alcohol and substance claim representative by day.
oh, nice. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
It
for
all kinds of
that.
it all kind of fit um all into one.
Mhm.
Um, I have a couple of projects going on coming up. Two poetry books, audio,
Mhm.
that's coming up. I have two artists that I am working on, um, taking them and myself out of town. Do some Tampa, Orlando, do some networking, building the record label, building Spit Don't Swallow, turning Spit Don't Swallow into a complete artist development platform.
Mm. Oh, nice.
It does not take away from what Spit Don't Swallow does. It just opens the door to more creative things, more open doors, more adventures, more things that the artist can actually touch and try.
Okay. Now, so we hear you mention spit don't swallow a lot. Can you tell us what spit don't swallow is and where the ideal of it came from, what it was cultivated for?
Spit Don't Swallow was originally Tasmatic Poetic Pleasures. It was
Okay.
a open mic that I wanted to test the waters, find out what best suited. It was a couple of legends that encouraged me to find what fits for me. I came up with Spit Don't Swallow, and it stands for Spit Your Words, Don't Swallow Them.
Right.
Um, I wanted the artists to have a themselves, face fear, test waters, and say some things that most promoters wouldn't allow them on their stage.
Right.
I wanted to create a grown and sexy event, strictly for the grown and sexy. That means we do erotic poetry, we have dancing, we have comedians, we have rappers, we have singers, we have painting, whatever that fits, whatever that month is, we take it to that level. There's no gas, there's no judgments. It's open to be yourself. I encourage the artists to be themselves. I encourage them to test the waters and what they hesitate or what they think nobody else would like or what they done made and they're sitting in the closet and they're just not playing. Come to this stage, test it, bring it out.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. It's good energy. It's a network platform. That's the whole goal. Any and every time there's a spit, don't swallow, you're able to network. You're able to collab. You're able to connect with other artists. Each and every artist support each other. And you don't get that from a lot of places. The energy when you walk in is amazing.
Yeah.
And you
And it
leave the
is.
same way.
I've been to a
I've
few of your
learned
events, so I
to
could definitely say,
make it comfortable for the
yeah.
artists. That way, if there is an artist that would like to spit but nervous, they're gonna come up out of their shell there. We don't have people come up out of retirement and perform. We don't have people that came to just watch. We want to keep it in that, I call it a hippie vibe, open, love, no judgments, be yourself. And we
Uh,
rock and we vibe.
Can I ask you if the space that you have created for other artists, is this something that you
I
had
can't hear you.
yourself? Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Still can't hear me. Can you hear me? I don't think she
Can't
can
hear
hear
you.
me. Can you hear me now? She still can't hear me. Oh my gosh. Hold on one moment. Okay. Hello? Is this any better? You can hear me now? You still can't hear me. Oh man. Oh my goodness. This is terrible.
Something happened.
Yeah. Give me one moment. All right. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you.
You still can't hear me? This is crazy. Hold on one moment, then. All right.
Go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Oh, so sorry. I do apologize.
Good.
I wanted to ask you, is the safe place that you've created for other artists, is that something that you had when you were coming up in your day, or is it something that you're creating because you didn't have it?
I didn't have it. I'm
Okay.
creating it because I didn't feel appreciated. I didn't feel um I was worth coming out. Because again, if you
Mm,
won't have a show if you don't have the artist.
right.
If you don't allow them to be themselves or you don't appreciate their time, they'll leave. They
Mm-hmm.
make the show. And I didn't feel appreciated. I didn't feel that my time was appreciated. So I wanted to create a show, a safe haven, because it took me a while to get my niche and feel comfortable in coming out of my shell. Um, I just wanted artists to be able to say, I can't wait till next month because I know I can perform, I can be me. The energy is good. From having a bad day, I'll be okay when I get out because we gonna vibe, we gonna turn out. It's not just an event. Spit Don't Swallow platform is built as a family organization. So every artist that hits the stage, the only time that they won't come back is They tell me no.
Right.
The creation is for you can have a home where you can build yourself, where you can showcase yourself, you can explode, you can be seen, you can get promoted correctly. Because for me as a promoter, yeah, I can promote you, but am I doing it for my show, or am I doing it for the artist, or am I doing it for the
Mm.
love of what I created? And
Right.
most people that do it for the show, is money behind it.
Mm.
People that do it for the artist, it's they got a favoritism
Mhm.
because they only have certain artists that consistently there.
Right.
Spit Don't Swallow, I try to bring new artists every month. Every time I do a show, I want to add the family, the regulars, but I want to add
Mhm.
more. I want to bring out more artists. I look for the underground artists, the ones that haven't been seen, haven't been heard, needs to be displayed, and out there hungrier than I am, and they
Mhm.
just looking for a chance.
Yeah. And you got the platform to give them a chance. I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So do you with all of that in mind, I would like to ask, was it spit but is it spit don't swallow that got you into A&R, or were you already into A&R before you cultivated spit don't swallow?
Funny thing, when I started this, I always put artists I wanted to see more. Artists that
Hmm.
was fire, but wasn't being seen, wasn't being displayed, wasn't performing. So I tend to get those artists. Funny thing is, those artists always had a buzz, so it's like I was always doing the A&R and not actually paying attention that I was doing it.
Hmm.
I
Mm.
have three artists that left me. Um, well, four with one this year, but they left to do bigger and better things.
Hmm. Okay.
It was me helping, me pushing, me promoting, me posting, got them seen a little bit more, got them heard a little bit more. So when
Right.
people went to say, well, let me go to Atlanta and do this, and I keep telling artists, yes, it's good for you to promote and push yourself, but what a promoter or an A&R do, we go on there and figure out who you're working with. If you're on than usual, we go onto that person's platform to see who they are, see what they got going on, and see other performances you got that's not on your page.
Mm. So basically
So,
you doing
and
all
I
the
keep
hard
telling
work
them, you have
already.
to want it better more than I do. Because if they go
Right.
on your page and they don't see anything, but then go on my page and see me posting more than you, you're not lost. I
Mm.
post you because I believe in what you do. And there's not too many promoters that you can actually Google and see artists besides themselves. I'm an artist
Mm.
first, but I got less pictures on Google under Tasmatic and Tasmatic production of myself, and I got more of the artist because it's the love.
Mm.
I like what I do. My whole goal is to help and create this platform. Everybody has a words to say. Why hold them back? Spit it, let it loose.
Absolutely.
Somebody needs to hear it.
Yeah.
And I tell artists, once you put something in the air, it's no longer yours
Mm.
because you made it. You may not like it or you get tired of it, but it's somebody that you done posted it to, posted on social media that's done saved that listens to that, that
Mhm.
goes to that you encourage, that you motivate. So once you is on tape, it's no longer about you because you never know who
Yeah.
needs to hear it.
Mm-hmm. You're so right. Now, I would like
You
to
went out
ask
again.
about. I went out again.
Hmm.
Give me one moment.
I
Okay. Hello.
Hey.
I don't know why they keep doing that to me. I'm so, and this is the thing, because I gotta call my phone company and tell them like, y'all need to stop and get better with yourselves. But they trash. They been trash.
Think what would be trash.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about your creativity, your creative process basically. And I want to ask you, what role does vulnerability play in your poetry and storytelling?
Ooh. Ooh, good question.
Mhm.
It plays a lot. Reason of I'm very private,
Mm.
so my poetry is my diary.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that's
So you get different sides of me. You have the erotic side that makes the show.
Mhm.
You have the motivation, you have the spiritual, you have the teacher, you have the speaker, you have the motivational person, you have the claims rep. Those are the ones that I write and with which no one really sees. That is the
Mm.
reason why I did my poetry book,
Mm.
Inner Thoughts of a unguarded, vulnerable soul, because that I let out my soul. Things that no one knew,
Right.
secrets that belongs in that book. Um,
Mm.
there's still one more that I have to create. That's a little deeper than the first one, but I only write if I can relate. I
Mm.
only write if it's true.
Okay.
If it's not my story, someone else's story, or something that's been told, I'm not writing. I can't write anything false, um, because I'm technically gonna throw it away.
Right. Fair enough.
So any and everything that I keep, it's a piece of me. It's a story.
Mhm.
Even with, to be honest, the only one I kind of add a little fantasy of is the erotic, but it's more of my fantasy, things that I may want to try, things I may have done, things that I may think. And I'm a writer, so my mind is always flowing. So it's the other part of me. So any and everything that I touch is a piece of me. Even when I'm asked or booked to write for someone else, I'll
Mhm.
take their little piece of their story or what they want to say, but I still have to feel it. I still put it into my world.
Mhm.
And my whole goal is to bring you into my story, make
Right.
you want, make you reminisce about something in your past, but understand you may not done it this way, but this is how we can do it, and understand that everything is for a reason. Even on our worst days, it's a lesson. It's a reason it's happening. And sometimes we gotta understand that it's okay. Fuck it. It's okay. Let it go. We are
I
perfectly
agree with that.
yeah.
I like that. I wanna ask you, in your writing, what was one of the hardest obstacles that you had to overcome?
Telling my side of the story.
Mm. Ooh. Can I ask, was it hard to tell because you didn't want to slander other people, or was it hard to tell because of like shame, embarrassment?
Me, if I've done it, it is what it is. If it's good or bad, it's a life lesson. But I'm that type of person that I hold the key to your treasure chest. We can fall out. I'm still gonna hold that key. But for me to do that part of the book, I had to tell some stories. I didn't. I found a way not to address that particular person. So there's no name or you go in there and you automatically know who it is. If you know me, then it's questionable that you may have an ideal, but it's going to be more than one person that pop up. So me telling my story is one of the hardest things as a poet and as a writer due to I'm on positive. I'm on good energy. So just because you feel some way about me don't necessarily mean I have to expose you. Now don't get me wrong, I am Taz. So once you keep pushing and poking, it's gonna come out. But I know how to make it good and nasty.
I like that. I like that. I'm not for real, no. Cause it's a thing of like, being pushed too far. Like once you back somebody into a corner, it's kind of like, okay, now you playing with me. I done show you. But you know what? I always think a person underestimating my ability or who I am is always a great thing.
Yeah, yeah. And I keep telling people just because I'm humble, showcase everything I've done, everything that I do. I don't have to let the world know. Hold on. Some started working here. Um, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you changed your mind about giving us a poem. I thought you was
And
finna
I work.
start spitting. I don't know.
But I tell people, don't take my kindness for weakness. Don't take my humbleness that I won't bite. I'm an only child. I've learned. I've been bullied. But I also know it takes a lot. I've learned where my peace is. I love my peace. So I tell them quick, I would rather you keep me in my peace than unburied the true task. Because I'm not called Taz for no reason. I am the true Tasmanian devil. And my mama will vouch for that. But I try to stay humble. I try to stay peaceful. I do my meditation. I keep my spirits high. That way, I'm able to do what I'm asked to do. And when I say asked to do, it's the gift that I'm given. I had a battle between myself and the man above because I was given certain things that I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't ready for. I didn't want to take. So once you understand that your book is already written, there's things in this world that is placed for you to do, regardless if you would like to do it or not. If it's meant for you to do, you're going to walk it. So I try to keep my hat on.
I like that. You made me think of a
I think you went
podcast
out
that we
again.
did. Oh, God, dang. Okay, I apologize. Sorry about that.
Good,
I don't
good.
know. It might be the spot in my house, but you made me think of when we did a podcast, we were talking about predestination versus free will. And we talked about basically how things can be predestined, but it's about how you show up. You know how you could see a movie and you can determine how the movie gonna play out. But if you don't watch it, you will never understand like the nuances of it. That okay, yeah, I knew he was gonna kill her, but I ain't know how he was gonna kill her. Like
Or
so
the little
it's kind of like
queen.
yes, no, so I definitely understand that. I think that if we are not cognizant of the things that we have been through, if we are not, if and we're not able to accept the things that we have been through, we'll never be able to tell our story in full. We'll never be able to put it out there on stage because I do feel like just being a poet myself, it's very personal. When I put it in my poetry, it's really, really personal for me. It's not anything that I'm not sitting here writing because I want to get your attention. No, I'm writing because this the things that I done been through. I'm writing because this from my soul. This don't got nothing with trying to appease to you. This not trying to, I ain't trying to bring you in. It really ain't for you. It is for me, but hopefully I'm gonna share it with you because hopefully it'll help you as much as it has helped me. And if it do,
True.
I'm grateful for it. So I definitely understand that. But
When I started, this wasn't my thought. It truly wasn't. I just went to perform, and Butterfly was like, no, mm-mm. And that was the first person that tested me in poetry. That was the person that helped me find
yeah.
my niche. And I'm so forever grateful for Miss Butterfly.
Yes, that is good. That brings me to another question for you. Who are some artists or poets that influence you?
Oh, Miss Butterfly,
Absolutely. Yes.
queen of poetry, Miss Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
That's my Glide. Um, Quick the Poet, Will So Serious, G.S. Cole. Those were some of the people that I've found when I started. Those are the people that I locked in when I started and made me understand that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be a little hood and be a poet and be spiritual guided. Um,
Hmm.
they each had their own conversation with me and gave me guidance. But Miss Jill Tracy, that we just recently lost, gave me my first interview with Hot 105 with Mr. Larry Dog.
Okay.
Um, so I've met some legends. Lauren Hill.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
the truth. Nah, for real. Nah.
Mary J.
Yeah. Tell 'em.
Monica.
Mhm.
Mr. Tupac.
Yeah.
Scarface. Common. There's a lot of artists in different fields um, that I've watched, that I learned, that I studied, that I realized their music was different. And when I understood that poetry comes in different forms, rap, music, and I try to drill that into artists that, regardless if you sing, you rap, you a poet. If you have a
Mhm.
flow that is ridiculous and is sick, why? When you understand that you are a poet, then you understand the foundation that you have and the words that you bring. Tupac was a poet, but that man had bars. That man barely wrote something down.
Yeah.
He can freestyle for days.
Sure did. He did. I wanted to say because these things just say Facebook user, but the Facebook user put CB, so I'm just assuming that it's Chris Brown. And I hate to say this out loud because I might be wrong, but I think it might be Big Ange. I'm not sure,
It might
but I
be.
think because I know Chris Brown like a favorite of hers, but I think that might be her maybe.
It
But
might be. I did posted it. You know, I'm a big
oh,
supporter.
okay,
I did.
absolutely, no, yeah. So, but I do think I think that is very, very true. I think that poetry is the foundation. Oh yeah, she said it is her. Okay, all right. There go my context
It's
clues.
cool.
Fill it in the gaps. Okay. No, yes. Hey, welcome in. So when y'all, I don't know what's wrong with the platform, but when they're sending in their comments, it doesn't give me the name like it normally does. Normally they name their profile picture and everything will pop up. So um, I'm not really sure what that's about. It could just be a glitch on the platform or something like
It,
that. So,
you know, Facebook don't like you to be great.
hey, listen, we're gonna be great regardless, honey. They can't stop greatness.
No.
Whether like you could put a you could try to put a fire out, but did you know that you could start the fire back up with smoke?
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
So you
Oh
you
well.
yeah, you feel me? And besides, I learned how to become my own lighter. It's a hard process, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of times that we have to learn how to
I mean,
motivate
the last
ourselves.
couple of years, I just keep adding to the fire.
Absolutely, as you should. You you most certainly should.
You
I
went
think
out
you.
again.
See, I stopped doing my podcast in this room exactly for this reason because this kept happening. So I had moved to a different room in the house so that my signal would always be strong. And now it's just bothering me. I don't know what this is. So
It might just be the Facebook. Might be the weather. It's a hurricane out there.
somewhere, huh? As long as it
Hmm.
don't come here again, we'll be
Yeah.
fine. Just roll right around us. Since everybody told us they not gonna help us after these elections. I don't know how to feel. So,
Me either.
but whew, you got thoughts on it?
I don't even want to discuss it. That's a whole overnight conversation.
Listen, I'm always up for the conversations that people are afraid to have. And speaking of the conversations that people are afraid to have, you have a podcast that you are currently revamping that with the conversations that people are afraid to have. And I think you spoke on it um or a little earlier. Did you have any more like details about it when your episodes air or when you'll be back on air?
I'm still looking for a couple of co-hosts.
Hmm.
Add to it just to make it more spicy because I want to bring the fans keep asking about the battle of the sexes. That was the
Okay.
late night grown folks conversations. We had some hot topics. Topics everybody wanted, like again, everybody wanted to touch. So that is one of the hot shows of a Doshamatic. Um, I'm revamping the second part of it is where I interview the artists. I want to make it more cozy. I want to make it more technically. I want to invade their privacy a little bit more.
Absolutely. Hey, because what we getting done if we don't?
Want to make it
I
where
feel, I feel.
their fans are able to ask questions, tune in, and get things done. They're able to get more detail of what's going on with that particular artist and spend more
Mhm.
time with them where we're able to discuss more conversations.
Oh, absolutely. I like that. How long has your podcast been up and running?
It's been up and running for it's going on 3 years.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mhm.
We have another person who says hi. As you can see, we cannot see who you are. So if you can put your name in the chat, then that way we could go ahead and give you a shout out. And we do know that you're here. So we do see you. What's up? Welcome to the conversation.
Thank you for tuning in.
So, okay. Thank you. See, you need to come be my co host. No. We because I do know, because one thing, you have a battle of the sexes. Oh, hi Elizabeth, how are you? She a regular. She always on here. So this Tazz the Poet. So y'all
Hey,
know where
Queen.
we at with it. Okay. But no, I definitely I wanted to do more things like with intellectual debates. And
Mhm.
even with your battle of the sexist things, I feel like you'll have a tons of intellectual debates. I can't wait till
Yeah,
you get your until you come back and show us what the revamp is.
we can collab all because what I want to do is I want to bring other podcasts.
Yeah.
Um, I think that might do it that way makes it easier. Of I can have different co-hosts. Um, I did
Okay.
do one last month. I wanted to, well, yeah, last month I wanted to touch mental health. I wanted to check on our
Mm,
men. I
okay.
wanted to give them a little bit more attention. I wanted to make sure they were okay. Um, I gave out some tips on how we as women, we as sisters, girlfriends, mothers, we can check on our men and make sure that they're okay. Signs of when they need the assistance, things that we can do to encourage them. So I did do a special segment and touch on mental health because it was needed. We have lost so many men um, asking for help, and we're not acknowledging it. So I did want to do
I
that.
agree with that. Yeah. I think that's important too. I think that's something that's very imperative, because I don't think that we know how to be not just safe places for men, but safe places for each other. Also, as women growing in a business, is people putting things together. So I think it is absolutely amazing that you create these spaces where people can have that camaraderie in the places that you create. So I'm very appreciative of all the platforms that you have started to foster exactly what you were just talking about. And that is very necessary in this day and age.
It is. It is.
So that is and for do you have any upcoming projects or anything like that that you would like to share with us?
Um, we just did a video shoot with MJ, the pimp of R&B, with Mike Smith
Mm.
last night. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that was amazing. Juicy Booty is what it's called. It was a nice
Okay.
video. Um, we just left Tampa 2 weeks ago. We're planning on going back to Tampa because we was invited to come back and perform. Working on an event here under Spit Don't Swallow for myself with some new artists that we have for the team. Working on A&R with OTS um, Entertainment Group is collecting new artists, building their platform, my own platform under there. So there's a lot of projects going on. There's some festivals coming up, some A&R work, some Tazz the Poet events. I have a festival in December coming up that I'm actually a judge. Um, so I'm touching all doors, um, kicking out all avenues. Whatever we can touch, why not?
Absolutely. I like that. As you can see posted right now on the screen, you can go ahead and follow Taz at her Instagram if you want to keep up with any events that she does have coming out, or that she is producing in, or any of her artists are going to be performing in. Make sure you go ahead and follow her. Also, you could follow her here at Tazmatic Production. You're gonna have what is the OTS? This is
On the Spot Entertainment. That's the record label. So if they go
okay.
on Instagram and go in under OTS, they will see all the artists and the record label where they can actually go listen to. reach out to with the OTS record label, they artists get actually get their music heard and get reviewed. That's another amazing extra bonus. Being a
Mhm.
part that they can get their music reviewed, get honest reviews, and it's worldwide. It's not just here in Florida. It's not just here in
Right.
Broward County. So again, this is the whole platform. Is just to take the artists, get them developed, get them where they need to be, transform them to the label where they're polished.
Absolutely. And then also, if you're looking for some A&R, you're looking for somebody with some great
It was
production
the
knowledge,
question.
somebody who's
Can't hear
gonna
you.
make you feel like, oh,
I think it's that alarm doing that.
it's gonna give me every time, but I'm gonna come back. But you can also follow her on Facebook if you are looking for A&R. If you are looking for somebody that has the skills that she has, make sure you link with her. Make sure you talk with her. Get out there. If she has places where you could be putting your music and everything there, you want to make sure that that's something that you make sure you get in touch with her about. Ange says, "Hey Taz, it's Ange. Question: what are some challenges you face with with creating Spit Don't Swallow, and what are some advice you can give to someone wanting to start their own event?"
Make sure you're ready when you start it. Be be consistent. Get you a good solid team and start from there. You have to believe in everybody and including yourself. Make sure that when you start it that it's something that you understand. It's gonna be long nights, frustrated nights. Artist is not gonna show up. Artist is not gonna be able to perform. But you have to believe in yourself and
All right, she should pop back in any minute now.
yeah.
Oh, there
Oh,
she is.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Have patience. Um, it's gonna be some long nights. Have understanding.
Yeah, I think we lost your camera, but we didn't lose. Did we lose your audio? I don't know if she's still there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But thank you for the great question, and you always got those. So she says, "Thank you for the great advice." And yes, I think that was really great advice. You always got to be ready for whatever it is that you're stepping into. So, like I stated, I don't, hold on a moment. You're here? I can't hear you. So, give me one moment. Oh, okay. It went away. She gonna come right back. I don't know what's wrong with this. Sometimes you gotta exit out to come back in, but I know that once I see her pop back up, we'll get her back in here. I have enjoyed talking to her, because there's just so much information that you can gain from a person. I think it's stupid that we have resources and we never utilize them. We don't do what we're supposed to do with the resources that are put in front of us. You guys have to stop being so wasteful. We have people who are willing to help us. We have people who are willing to get us further. And it's a thing of not being lazy and actually going ahead and putting in the work. That's something that we all have to do. That's something that we have to cultivate within ourselves, the mind and heart to work, to want to cultivate the things that we're looking for, the things that we do want to advance in. Nah, for real though, I agree. I have a bad habit. Not gonna, girl. We all got bad habits. The fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I got a lot of bad habits, And but the first step is to always be aware of them, and the moment you make yourself aware of the bad habits that you have, that's the moment that you could start coming out of them. That's the moment that you could do something different about them. So the fact that you're able to understand that you do have bad habits, you can change them. And it's not going to be easy. I'm not sitting here saying that it's about to happen overnight. All you got to do is change your mind. No, they say a bad habit is hard to break for a reason. They say it takes 21 days, but I don't know. I went like more than 21 days without eating meat and it didn't break that habit. So I don't know how true that is. I won't lie to you, but no. So I appreciate artists. I appreciate the poetry that they do allow us to partake in. As I mentioned earlier, there's something that is very personal to me. That's something that is very necessary. I I agree that being able to be a poet, you have a way of transforming people without ever touching them. Simply by how you put your sentences together and the words that you use, that's how you're able to transform a person. So welcome back. I was like, I know she'll be back. So I didn't did you I didn't know if you still had any more for this question here.
Yeah.
She did say thank you for the great advice, but I wanted you to finish because I know it cut off on you.
Um, just make sure you have a team that is strong as you.
Mm, I like that. I like that a
That's
lot.
basically how I can put it. Just as strong as you.
Yes. I think that's very important because if you don't, you'll be pulling a lot of people up by the bootstraps. You're gonna wear yourself out way more than they're gonna wear themselves out because you're gonna be carrying all the weight. Hey, you ain't. Yes, I like that. Write it down. Take a picture. You heard it here. No, you heard it here with Tazz the Poet, and that's why we're having this dialogue so she can drop these gems for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Make sure you follow her. Taz, did you have any last words for the people or anything like that you would like to share with them, express with them?
No, it's just that Spit Don't Swallow is always open for artists. If you feel like you have something to say, reach out. Let's connect. Let's work. Let's get you seen, heard, develop. Don't stop being scared. 2025, end it out, kicking all your fear out.
Hey, let's talk about it. Cause it's not that you will not encounter fear. It's about how you move through the fear. You're gonna either let it stop you or you're gonna keep pushing through. And
Once
that's
it
what you
stops
really gotta decide.
you doing any and everything that you want to do.
Exactly. Well, I don't think we be really realizing how we hinder ourselves. Okay, she over here giving proverbial wisdom. No, we we gonna be over here bowing to you and calling you master in a little bit. Don't worry. No,
Hey, the
Master
whole
Taz.
goal is to make sure that everybody wears their crown, everybody's educated, everybody gets the helping hand.
Yeah, absolutely. You all a master of something in some type of form or some way. But
Yeah.
thank you for putting all of your knowledge in one accessible place on my platform. So I appreciate you coming and speaking with me. Thank you for making this possible tonight. And I also I like to thank you for the things that you are also doing in the community, not only just with your artists, but also helping them develop their character, all of those things. So thank you so much for coming out and talking with us tonight. And you guys don't forget to follow her on her Instagrams. Here you have Instagram OTS Taz the Poet, and then you have also on Instagram OTS Tasmatic Production, and on Facebook at Latanya Smith. Thank you all for tuning in to the Immersive Experience, and we look forward to seeing you Thursday at 8 p.m. Have a great night, and thank you so much, Taz the Poet, for tuning in with us.